Martial won the Golden Boy Award in 2015 and even had a Ballon d'Or clause when he joined Manchester United, but his career fizzled out and he's now playing in Greece. And Man United are struggling in real life and their strikers just aren't scoring goals. So we're going to put a prime Martial in current day United to see whether he can save them. As you can see, Martial is 89 rated and those stats are absolutely fantastic. And then this is the team we've put him in. We've ditched the back five. We're going for a 4-3-3. And as you can see right here, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is back to being the Manchester United manager. Martial in lockdown was cooking with him, so we're going back to what we know works. But I mean, the big issue with United in real life is there's just so much rubbish in the squad, as you can see right here. So we're going to have a big clear out. And firstly, Eriksen has been transfer listed. 32 years old, 78 rated. He's just not going to cut it anymore, really. Next, Casemiro. I just don't think he's quite at the level anymore. He's dropped off massively. Then we've got Victor Lindelof, again, 76 rated. Realistically, he's not going to get any minutes. And finally, is Mason Mount. I know this could be a bit controversial maybe, but he hasn't performed well enough so far in real life. And 77 rated. It's just not really going to cut it for us. But just from that, you can see one of our biggest issues is definitely the midfield depth. But luckily, we do have 125 million to, sign some reinforcements to help out Anthony Martial. And looking at this team, I feel like left back could be an option. I quite like Dorgu. I like Shaw. But Shaw can't stay fit for more than 5 games and Dorgu is only 70 rated. So I think a left back is sensible. And Kirkes could be a quality option. 20 years old, 81 rated, absolutely balling out for Bournemouth. And then Anthony Robinson, 82 rated, and once again balling out for Fulham. So I think one of those two will be perfect for us. But which one of them is it going to be? We've decided Kirkes is the man for us for 32.5 million. I don't think that's too bad of a deal at all. Because look at him in this team. That back four already looks 10 times stronger. But like I said a minute ago, the midfield depth is definitely an issue. Because if you look at our backups, we've transfer listed all of them other than Collier. And he's only 68 rated. So we desperately need some midfielders. And Rabiot has been linked to Manchester United in the past so many times. So could he be the solution? Or could Lobotka be the option? 83 rated. His stats are very solid. He's been balling for Napoli. It's going to be a tough choice. But now it's time to get rid of all the uselessness we were talking about. Because Mount has gone to Villa for 11.8 million pounds. And then Casemiro has become a traitor because he's gone to our rivals Liverpool for 16.5 million pounds. But it doesn't stop there because Luke Shaw has gone to Manchester City for 20.1 million. Man City, Liverpool, Man United's two biggest rivals. And we've just sold a player to each of them. Then Lindelof has gone to Sociedad for 5.5 million pounds. And finally, Christian Eriksen has gone to Juventus for 9.6 million pounds, leaving us with 159 million to be spending. And as you can see, after those sales, we are desperately lacking squad depth. There's a lot of academy players on the bench. We don't have too many players in the squad at all. So it's time to be bringing in some players. And as you can see, the midfield now is completely empty other than the starting three. So it's time to decide between Rabiot and Lobotka. And we've made our decision. And it's Rabiot for 39 million pounds. 83 rated. He's going to be such a useful player. And we've signed him at the perfect time because Mainu has just got injured for a month. So we desperately needed someone in. But once again, there's another position with no backup at all. And that's right wing and left wing, with Dorgu being the suggested option for both of them. So that definitely needs to change. So we've got Lee Kang in as a potential option. And a reason why I really like him is the fact he can play centre mid as well. And then we've got Luke Bacchio, striker, right wing, rapid, good dribbling. He could be a solid option. And then we go to Pedro Goncalves. He can also play in the midfield, which could be really useful for us. And finally is Noah Lang. Decent dribbling, half decent pace, just a solid, squad player. But before we decide one of them, you might be thinking, where has Xerxes gone? Well, we have just done a straight swap for Martial and Xerxes. We thought, we can't just take Martial and give you nothing. So we've given him one of the best players in the world, Joshua Xerxes, in return. I think it's only fair. And the first of the wingers is in. That's right, we're signing two. The first, though, Lee Kang in for 30 million. I think the fact that he can play centre mid is just too important to pass up on. And the second is Noah Lang for 25 million. Because ideally, Garnacho, Diallo, I do want them to be key players in this team. So Lang can be back up and Lee Kang in might be fighting for a starting spot. Because if you look at his stats, he's a different style of winger to what we currently have. He's more on the ball, technically gifted. He's not looking in behind massively. And you never know, he might find a home in that centre mid role. If you now look at our bench, with the Mainu injury, we actually have no centre mids on the bench other than, I guess, Lee Kang-in. So that's not ideal at all. We don't want to sign another player that's going to be a star like Rabiot. So we have actually just gone and signed a free agent just to basically fill up a spot on the bench and come in if needed. And it's Luis Chavez. As you can see, 78 rated. Very good pace for a centre mid. He's just there to fill out the squad numbers, basically. But to be fair, I think I'm quite happy with this starting 11 because I don't want to make too many changes to it. I want to see what Martial would do in today's current team. Obviously, I know we've made a few changes, but I think I'm happy with this. So we're going to get into this season. But just before that, we're going to take one more look at Anthony Martial. I've tried to make his rating kind of reflect what his maybe potential was. I don't think he was going to become a Ballon d'Or level, but 89 rated. In his prime age, I think this is, roughly fair enough. The stats are a joke, and hopefully he can save us. But obviously, we do have the Community Shield final to be playing, so this is the team we're going in with. Kirkes and Rabiot are both starting, so obviously remember, Mainu is still out. We've gone with Ahmad and Garnacho. We're not bringing the new wingers in yet. Against Man City, it would be a perfect opportunity just to get our hands on some silverware this season. So let's get into this and wish us luck. Okay, we've got the ball of Banana straight out to Ahmad on this right-hand side. He's played it into Rabiot. Martial's moving in behind. It's a nice ball into him, but it's him against both centre-backs. That's a lovely little spin, and now he's through. It's dangerous. And that is the only highlight I'm showing you from the first half because it was absolutely boring. Just like they're 0-0 in real life, nothing has happened. But they've got it on this left-hand side with Savinho, and that means danger. Now Haaland has scored, and we're 1-0 down in the 51st minute because of Erling Haaland. It's time. Lee Kang-in, Noah Lang are both coming on. We're making a double change. We need something to, spark this attack. But Lee Kang-in is on the ball again. He's done Gavardio. That's a lovely piece of skill. He's still going. He's played to Martial. Is he onside? It looks like he is. He's cut in. He's played it back to Lee Kang-in. I mean, what do you expect? That is a fantastic goal. 1-0 in the 85th minute. The super sub. The perfect signing. Martial as well with the assist. You can't complain at that. I want another angle of this goal though. So look, Martial cuts it back. Lovely. Great first control. And that finish is special. But that is the game done and dusted. It looks like we have a penalty shootout on our hands. Penalties to decide whether we win a trophy. I don't mind it at all. Fernandes stepping up for the first one. I back our team. We've got a lot of good takers. And that is what I mean. That's an unsavable penalty. But Haaland probably will do the same. Yeah, they've just mirrored each other's pens there. That's fair enough. Martial. The whole video is based around you, son. Don't miss. The power. Unsavable. And now De Bruyne. I'm expecting no different, to be honest. Oh, that was savable. And I feel like Anana will be disappointed with that. But Lang, come on. Our new signing. He's tucked it away. Lovely. There's been some lovely pens so far. And Edison is on their third one. I mean, fair enough. If he puts it away, he puts it away. Lee Kang-in, the hero in 90 minutes. Oh, it's a lovely... Our 4 penalties have been absolutely fantastic. Now it's Phil Foden. Oh my God. That's a fantastic save. And now it's Rabiot, our other signing, to win us the Community Shield. And he's done it. We've won a trophy the first time of asking. I know it's not, the biggest trophy. It's not what we're after. It's not a Premier League. It's not an FA Cup. But it's still a trophy. We've still beat our rivals at Wembley. It's going to give us great momentum going into the season. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. So I'll show you any key highlights. But other than that, I'll see you on January 1st. As you can see, against Brighton here, they've got it with Inacio over to Igor. We're trying to high press it. And Dallow's done excellent there. Now it's Lee Kang-in and Martial, the danger man. Oh my God, what a bit of skill that is. And he's through on goal, but he's not stopping there. He's cut back in. Oh my God, that gives me flashbacks to lockdown Martial. And no shock, he was doing that a lot the first half of this season. And just like that, we've made it to January 1st. Time to check out the League, Europa League, but more importantly, Martial's stats. We're top of the league. We've lost 1 game in 19, the complete opposite to where they are in real life. And we're doing extremely well. Only conceded 13, but scored 47. And I can't say I'm surprised. when you look at this team, it actually is a little bit of a joke. But Martial has put up 17 league goals in the first 19. That's an unbelievable return. Garnacho, 9 and 3. The winger minutes were spread around a lot. And as you can see, Rashford's doing extremely well. But Fernandes, 14 assists in 19. That's unbelievable. Lee Kang-in, 6 and 5 in 10. Unbelievable. Ahmad, 3 and 3 in 10. It's still not bad at all, to be fair. Noah Lang, 3 and 5. When he's got his chance, he's taking it. We're not quite doing as well in the Europa League. Sat in 9th place, but it still looks like we're going to go through, and that's, to be fair, the only important thing here anyway. But with 66 million left in the budget, I don't really think there's anything to improve in this team. We've just seen how it's performed in the first half of the season. So one final look at this team before we continue our journey throughout the season. I'm liking it a lot, and we're actually going to play, because it's so early into January, we're going to play Liverpool, because it's a top of the table clash. It's our rival. You never know. Casemiro might play. And this is obviously the team we're going in with. We've got Mainu, but we've had to bring in Yoro and Maguire because of fitness issues. That could be detrimental here. Okay, it's Trent on the ball now. Just under 21 minutes in. He's running out Garnacho. He's cut back into Salah. And that's the man you don't want to have the ball. He's played to Jota, who's through. I thought he was offside, but he wasn't. And Jota has made it 1-0. That is not ideal. Okay, we've got a corner now. We're going to play it short to Garnacho, but play it straight back to Fernandes, who's played to Martial, who's chipped it to the far post for Yoro. What a lovely worked goal that was. Martial with the assist, and Yoro, the youngster, has scored potentially a massive goal for us. They've got it just outside the box into Sloboslai, back to Kanate. They're just hovering around McAllister now. Not like this. Kanate. Okay, Maguire's done well, but he's lost out. And now Dallo, get it clear. Oh, we've tried to pass it out. It's not worked at all. And they've still got it now as Salah, who's gone for the shot. I thought that was going to be a pen, and it is. The goal scorer, Yoro, has now given away a penalty. And Mohamed Salah steps up. I mean, the power on that makes it unstoppable. Okay, basically the end of the game now. We need to win the ball back very quickly if we want a chance to get an equaliser. But it doesn't look like it's happening as Robertson has just spanned Dallo. It's been a really poor performance. Now, Luis Diaz is on the ball. And it's 3-1. Basically, last kick of the game. We weren't going to score anyway at that point. But it's a 3-1 loss in a title race. That could become costly at the end of the season. And that's obviously the game confirmed. We have lost against Liverpool. Ole is not happy at all, and I cannot blame him one bit. So, what we're going to do is now, we're going to sim to the end of the season, and fingers crossed there's a Europa League final, an FA Cup final, or you never know, maybe we're still in for the run-in to win the league. I'll see you there. Just like that, we're at the final game of the season. Time to see if it's of any relevance. Can we win anything? But looking at the last month and the results, and looking at the fact there's no FA Cup final or Europa League final, it's not looking good, bruv, at all. So, I mean, we're sat in third. We're guaranteed third. We're 4 points off second, and we're 4 points clear of fourth. So nothing can literally change. So we have just simmed that last game. It was a draw. But that is really disappointing. We've come away with no final, and we haven't even won the league. I mean, we can't complain. A third place finish, considering where they are in real life, isn't bad at all. But it's not quite what we wanted, and this team is still looking, you know, very good, but clearly it wasn't quite good enough. But Martial definitely was, because he put up 29 and 6 assists and 8 and 4 in Europa League. Those numbers are maybe Ballon d'Or worthy. Fernandes ended with 11 and 19. It's just Fernandes numbers, and also put up 8 and 4 as well, the same as Martial. Garnacho, 10 and 3. He definitely slowed down the second half of this season. Lee Kang-in, 8 and 9. Maybe our issue was we didn't have, you know, a strongest starting 11. There was a lot of rotation all the time. And Ahmad did not contribute to a goal in the whole second half of the season. We had an Arsenal-level bottle here. As you can see, we lost to Anderlecht in the quarter-finals of the Europa League. That is simply just not good enough at all. And Martial, let's just, you know, take the positives here. 29 and 6, 8 and 4. Averaged a 7.89 average rating. It is extremely good. Martial did his role. We can't blame him for not winning anything. And I guess we technically won the Community Shield. We can count that. But that is where we're going to leave it for this video. If you have enjoyed, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe. Thank you for making it this far. And drop down below what kind of video you want to see next.